Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
Well, our next guest is an incredible example of resilience. Lulu Gribbin lost her left hand and part of her right leg during a shark attack in June of 2024. In addition to relearning how to accomplish everyday tasks, Gribbin had to relearn two of her favorite activities, golf and water skiing. She has since founded the Lulu Strong Foundation with the goal of helping amputees regain their independence and afford prosthetic limbs. Well, I'm so delighted to welcome into the show Lulu Gribbin. Lulu, it's so lovely to see you. Your story and really your ability to tell your story is just such an inspiration. Can you just tell our audience what exactly you remember about June 7th last year?
On June 7th of 2024, I was attacked by a bull shark in the panhandle of Florida, and I lost my left hand and my right leg. And I just remember multiple strangers surrounding me and just performing emergency tasks that they knew the best of their ability. I remember the paramedics coming to help me and giving me an oxygen mask and IVs. And the last thing I remember was getting in the ambulance and just feeling cool air, which was so relieving because I was so hot the whole day. And so that's a brief description of what happened on June 7th. And I was in the hospital for a very long time, but I was just focused on a full recovery and just strengthening my muscles and getting back to where I was before.
As you mentioned, you were in hospital for over a couple of months, really. Can you just tell us a little bit about that rehabilitation process and the things that you kind of had to learn again to do from scratch?
It was really hard being in the hospital for that long of a period of time. I didn't know how to do basic tasks. I had to relearn how to eat my food. I had to relearn how to brush my teeth, how to put on clothes, and eventually I relearned how to walk. But I was able to do all that with the amazing help of my doctors, all the nurses, all the therapists. They just were my major cheerleaders, and they helped me and cheered me on the entire journey. And completing a task with them was much easier than doing it by myself. And so I'm very grateful for them. And it definitely took time, and I had to go through a lot of mental blocks because relearning how to walk when you know you only have one leg is definitely one of the hardest parts of my journey. But I was determined to just get back on my own 2 feet and to strive for the best of my ability and relearn how to walk.
You have such an amazing outlook on life, Lulu, and your bravery and your resilience through all of this is just really quite awe-inspiring. Looking at your life and the role that golf has played in all of this, I know you were a keen golfer before the incident, but since then it's become a really big part of who you are, I suppose. What did golf bring to your recovery, and why is it so important to you?
I started playing golf before the accident, but really after the accident is when I really turned to it because it was something that I was still able to do, especially right after the accident. Obviously, I wasn't as mobile as I used to, so I couldn't run and I couldn't do basketball and volleyball, which were the main sports I would do before the accident. So I turned to golf as something to just take my mind away from the fact that I had lost two of my limbs. And golf has just been so much fun. I've been filled with so much joy. I've had so many opportunities. I've met so many cool people, and it's just a fun sport to play. And it's so fun to be outside and even though it is frustrating sometimes and you might not get the shot that you want every time, I enjoy playing it. And it's been really something that I can turn to even in the hard days and the hard moments. I can always go out on the course and just have fun at golf.
It's such a wonderful message, Lulu, and I have to say I loved watching your experience at the WM Phoenix Open. You're from Alabama. Justin Thomas went to school at Alabama, and you had the chance to meet him this February in Phoenix. You also spent some time with Ricky Fowler as well. Just describe that day for us.
Yeah, so we're big Alabama fans, and so Justin Thomas has been one of my favorite golfers for a long time. And when we went to the Phoenix Open, it was just a dream come true. I got to walk 13 with him, and he even let me putt in his ball, which I made it, and it was a birdie putt. So that was awesome. And then we got to hole 16, and Ricky asked me to play with him, and I was just I was in shock. I didn't know what to say. I was so ecstatic. And I played, and it's definitely really overwhelming because there's so many people watching you. And that was really my first big golf debut. And I was still getting used to the sport. I had a one arm swing back then, which now I have a golf hand now to help me just adjust and adapt. But being able to experience that with two golfers that I look up to the most is an experience that I will never ever forget. And it was just so much fun, and I just loved it so much.
It was incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about the golf hand that you have now?
Yes, so I brought it today in case you asked. And so this is the golf hand that I have, and I will show you how it works. So I kind of just take this hand off that I'm wearing right now, and it comes off easy like that. And then I attach it to my arm, just like so. And once I attach it, there's these little clicks. I have to hear it click once it goes in. And so this part right here goes into the part where you hold the golf club. And this little part right here functions as a wrist. So it bends a little bit, and it allows me for more rotation and more adaptive for me, because with the one arm swing, it was really just you either hit the ball perfectly or you whiff it. And so with this, it allows me to be a lot more consistent and just have a better swing overall. And my golf coach got someone to 3D print this for me, and they 3D printed my name on the golf hand, which is just, I'm so grateful for him and the people who got to 3D print this.
Lulu, that is amazing. And I know improving the equipment around adaptive golf as well is something that you're really passionate about. You've launched the Lulu Strong Foundation. You're using your voice to advocate in so many ways. Can you tell us a little bit more about the organization and just who you're trying to help?
So we just launched our foundation called the Lulu Strong Foundation. And I am so excited that I get to have my own foundation to help amputees. The goal is to fund research for advancing technology, such as VR technology that I use in the hospital, and for researching to better enhance prosthetics, make them more durable, make them lighter, more functionable, especially for the golf hand and for hands that I have. A lot of them aren't functional and they break very easily. So really just being able to allow doctors to research that and to hopefully advance the prosthetics that we have and all the VR technology that we have.
Well, Lulu, you are a remarkable young woman. I think so many people will be so inspired by your story and your mindset, your outlook on life. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we wish you all the best of luck and all the best for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.